Okay, well, it says we're streaming live. So let's go and see if we can see it.
We've got the tech angel at the desk over there.
There we go. We are live. We are live. Woohoo!
We did it. You did it again, Angie.
Yes, we did. So
yes.
How exciting. I am so excited, Sue-Ann.
Thank you.
This is cool. Like,
Thank you for organising this, like a few days before Christmas. Who else would have the courage?
It's awesome. Awesome as always. So it's just wonderful to have you and and to be talking to you about this really important topic at this particular time, because
absolutely,
it is just so just such a time, that there's so much stress out there that we really need something to help, especially if we're running our own businesses, and then we've got families that we've got to get stuff organized, and then there's all the Christmas stuff, and then you've got to get the prep done for your business while you're away. And it's just
while you're talking about it, I'm almost getting triggered. Well, I'm just thinking I can relate to all of that.
Oh my gosh, it's just like, crazy times. So
it's good to tell this story in tap, Angie, because it's so I mean, my nervous system's going bing, bing, bing.
Exactly. So welcome everyone. If you're coming on live, that would be awesome. I'd love to, leave any comments below if you're here.
Yes.
If you're watching the replay, then please do say that you're watching the replay. And if you have any questions for Sue-Ann, after, do pop them in the comments, and then Sue-Ann can pop in and answer anything that will help you. So let me introduce you to Sue-Ann. So Sue-Ann I've known Sue-Ann now for a number of years, and she's a really good friend of mine. And as you can tell, we sort of get crazy.
Yeah, there's a beautiful heart connection.
But Sue-Ann has been in the wellness industry for about 15 years. Prior to that, I'll come back to that, but prior to that, she was an educator. So she was teaching at schools and things. So she has a wide range of knowledge on all sorts of topics to do with wellness. And she's, has a number of modalities that she was doing. And so NLP, and there's a whole lot of other energy healing techniques that she's been working with. But over the last 5 years, she's really specialized in one called EFT, emotional freedom techniques, and with great results. And she specializes really in entrepreneurs and business people, because as I was saying in the intro, oh my gosh, we need it. Like, there's so many things that can happen as a business person that you need that extra bit of guidance, and that extra tool. So, but before we talk about EFT, Sue-Ann's been doing this really amazing stuff at Bond University. So do you want to share what you've been doing? Because you were telling me, this is like, holy dooly, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's been an incredible privilege and experience to be an emotional assistant in the last 12 months, working with Bond University with Dr. Peter Stapleton, who is a global researcher. And she's responsible for really putting the brain science and the efficacy of EFT on the global map. And so I was working with the clinical trials, looking at how emotional freedom techniques or tapping can support people who are undergoing cancer treatment.
Yeah, wow.
Particularly looking at the side effects, their stress, unresolved trauma, their sleep patterns. And it was, for me personally, as well as those on the trials, a phenomenal journey, because they could feel the difference over the 6-week trial of regular tapping. The symptoms of nausea and insomnia changed, dropped, the intensity of their fear and stress around treatment. And the most powerful thing, Angie, is that with EFT you apply it to yourself, so that you don't have to keep going back to the therapist. We train you and work with you so that you're able to self-regulate at any time. And the same thing with chronic pain, the chronic pain trials. I was very fascinated with both areas because, as you mentioned quite rightly, that the health and wellness industry has always been my passion, and I'm always looking for ways that that we can take responsibility for our own health. And the chronic pain trials, same thing again. Phenomenal, the physiological changes in people from, you know, the beginning of the trial, and their increased ability to mobilize, to sleep, and to have a noticeable drop in their chronic pain levels. That's profound. It's so good to be able to say to people, there's hope. In these busy times when everything seems so uncertain and out of control, we can offer you, EFT can offer you real, solid, evidence-based hope.
Yeah. And, you know, like, that's amazing, isn't it? Like, that is just amazing. And the other thing I was going to say about EFT is that you said it, you know, you can do it anytime. It's not like you have to go on live and meet somebody on Zoom or anything. You can be doing it whenever the need arises. So that's a really cool thing, you know, and doesn't take long either. It's a quick fix, you know. It's not
it's a quick and a safe and a permanent fix.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it changes your brain neurology. So tapping actually, and that's where Dr. Peter Stapleton's done such fantastic works with the fMRIs. She's got all the brain scans before and after 6 weeks of tapping, and the results are phenomenal. Yes, and you can do it yourself anytime. As I'll just share with the listeners, I had a problem. I contacted Angie probably 15, 20 minutes before we were due to go on live, and I've had trouble with my internet with the storms, and I just said, I've got no internet, you know, and then straight away I get the panic in my stomach and in my chest, and I just feel this massive, stuck energy. And so straight away, breathing, because I realized I wasn't breathing. I did a few rounds of tapping, because that's the beauty of the tapping, and that's why, you know, it's the little day annoyances. It's the everyday. What's the presenting issue right now? And that's where the real juice of change is. So for me, it happened this morning. I was able to tap, stay calm. And when I tapped, the creative problem-solving area of my brain came back online, because when you're anxious, nervous and stressed, this whole frontal cortex can't think. And here we are online. I was able to do a few rounds of tapping, find a new way to solve the problem. Voila, here I am. So it's absolutely an essential tool for self-care.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing, isn't it? So yeah. So then how does it work? Like, I mean, you've said that it does this, but how does it actually really help with stress? Like, what does it actually do? Like, you've covered some of it, but
yes. Okay. Well, what the tapping does, and this makes it very different from talk therapies, and this is what puts it into the bracket of energy medicine or energy psychology, is that as we tap, and there are specific points to tap on, you can call them, it's like acupuncture. They're emotional points that as we tap on these points and think about the problem lights up in that emotional part of the brain, and tapping actually sends an electrical charge, a physical charge to the amygdala, the stress circuits in the brain, and that message is here now and safe. You're here now and you're safe.
wow.
Even though your body's physiology has been hijacked and there's a sense that you are either a deer in headlights, or you're walking into, or you are stuck in a dangerous situation, to be able to be conscious of what you're doing. The tapping regulates your blood pressure, your breathing, and that part of your brain that's almost like a smoke detector and going, that's when we get stressed and overwhelmed and can't think. It physically sends through the tapping a signal, an electrical charge of safety. So it switches, turns down the dial on the cortisol and the adrenaline and the neurotransmitters that are actually, traversing through your body. And that happens in a split second.
Isn't that amazing?
Science shows amazing. It takes 1 second for your whole body to be hijacked by cortisol in a state of stress.
Yeah, wow.
Doesn't take long, 1 second. So as entrepreneurs, as mothers, as working in the world of constant change, with Christmas coming up and expectations, and the big to-do list and the traffic and the heat and how am I going to get a parking space and shopping, I do a lot of tapping around shopping. I'm not a shopper. Those split seconds of cortisol charge is going to impact your body over a long period of time, hence the chronic pain, hence the cancer, hence the anxiety, the depression. So the tapping actually lowers that whole circuitry in your body and brings you back to a place of calm and connection.
Yeah, so I had a thought. So if the stress levels, you know how like the stress levels cause that chronic situation over time. So if we tap over time, we can reduce that chronic illness, like, because I mean, like the mind-body connection and all of that, so if the mind is giving us, like we've got the stress, which has caused that ailment. So as we tap, we lose the ailment over time.
Okay. There's a caveat here. We can never say that EFT is used as a diagnostic tool. We can never say that EFT heals. However, EFT and meditation and other energy medicine techniques that actually target the emotional area of the brain there's unlimited evidence and clinical trials to say that as we perform the routines, the meditation, the tapping, the breathing exercises, that we lower the stress, change the brain, and allow the intrinsic ability of the body to do what it was created to do, and that is heal.
Yes.
You see? So I don't see myself as a healer. I see myself as someone who works with my client, works with you, and shows you how to tap into the magnificent ability and capabilities of your brain and your mind and your body to move from a state of disease into regulation, into improved and better health.
Yeah. And therefore, as a person who's suffering with stress, to come to a place of calm so that you can actually achieve more, you become more productive, because like you said, it affects like the front of your brain, the creative part, the solution part comes on, so that you can then see things in a different light, and so therefore you can become more productive and efficient in your job, because you don't have that stress as well, that tension.
Beautifully stated. Absolutely correct. Yes. I often will say the term that as I tap, I feel more intelligent. I definitely myself feel more creative, more intelligent, because I have far more focus, clarity, creative flow, problem solving in a much better state. So I use tapping prior to coming onto a live. I use tapping prior to seeing a client. And any time where it's more advantageous for me to be connected, alive, in tune, creative, a better listener, which as humans, it's all the time,
Yes.
to be able to connect with others, that is when I would definitely constantly choose to do some tapping.
Yes. Now, I had a thought just then that there's a technique that's out there called I might not say this right. It's called the Primero technique or something like that. Somebody else might be able to tell me how it sounds. But anyway, what it is that you do, like, you set your timer as a business person. You set your timer for 25 minutes. And then you work, then you stop and you have a 5-minute break, and then you set the timer again for 25 minutes, and then you work and you have a 5-minute break. And they say that doing that is more productive than just sitting down working for an hour straight, right?
Absolutely.
And I was thinking, well, wouldn't it be good then if you did your 25 minutes work and then the 5-minute break, you actually did a couple of rounds of tapping, and then you got back into your 25 minutes. Imagine, I'm going to test this. Imagine how much, like, seriously, how much clearer, more focus. How would that be? Like, that would be amazing.
Oh, that's going to be focus and clarity and creativity on steroids.
Yeah, because I don't know about everyone else, but I know, like, for me, that the to-do list is really long. And, at the end of the day, you're sort of like, oh, golly, there's so much more I need to, like, I want to do. There's so much more I want to do. If I can up the productivity, yay.
Yes. And up the productivity without the stress. A little bit of stress is a good thing. A little bit of stress is actually motivating and gets your dopamine going and helps. But then, as you said, that the 25 minutes, and keeping the stress under control, limiting it, having time to breathe, reset your brain, stand up, reset your body, get some movement happening, and then boom, you're in the right state to be far more productive. That would be a great idea. And you've given me something else. You can see I love talking. Just tell me to zip it. I tell you, I get so excited. I'm naturally, I love the idea of meditation, and some days I find meditation and some days not so easy. So I've done exactly what you've suggested. Prior to meditation now, I do a few rounds of tapping and breathing and calming my body, and I found that doing that actually opens the gateway for me to have a more profoundly deeper, more relaxing meditation.
Wow.
Because I've stilled my mind and increased the neurological pathways already for that blissful brain state, because that's what the tapping does. I've brought connection to my brain rather than, okay, I'm charged up and now I'm just going to meditate. It can be very difficult. So EFT I see as the bridge. See EFT as a beautiful bridge for transformation and increased productivity and reduced stress.
Wow. This is amazing. This is really good. There's some really good stuff in here, really good gems, I think. So what say we do it? Like,
yes, let's do it.
Work. So
okay.
Yeah.
I will take you through the, it's called clinical tapping. Very simple. Just follow me. I'll show you the points. And if anyone would like a copy of the points, contact me and I'll send you a diagram. But these are the ones used in clinical trials. And the one in clinical trials is we start tapping on the side of the hand. This is the first point. So we start tapping here, and we won't do the problem right now. We'll just tap. So this is point number 1. The next point is right at the beginning of the eyebrow. So we're pointing on the bone, right on the beginning of the eyebrow there. Right, the next point is at the end of the eyebrow, about where your temple is. So we're still on the cheekbone. Then we're tapping under the eye. I like this point. This point's very calming for the stomach.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Good for your gut health to tap here. Next one under the nose. Just a few taps under the nose. And in the crease of the chin. That's it. So you might feel calming, because straight away, if we're doing it, you're not even thinking of a thing. You're sending this message to your ancient brain, here, now, and safe. So it's beautiful now that we're just doing this. So it's under the collarbone. Just, you've got a little U shape there. So yeah, I just tap here. Under the collarbone, we're sending a vibration through the whole body there to your vagus nerve. So important for calm and resilience around stress. The next one is under the arm. So I just tap. You can do one hand or two hands, doesn't matter. About where the bra strap would be. That's it. We just tap under the arm there. That's another point. And finally, right on top of the head. This is the point where it says all the energetic rivers meet on the top of the head.
Wow.
Yeah. And at the end of the round, so that's the recipe that we use in the clinical trials, keeping it that simple. And then at the end, we just have 3 breaths. And I like to breathe out through the lips and just listen to the sound of your breath. Just giving your brain something to focus on that's close to your breath, or the feeling of the breath going in the nostrils. So that's how to do it. That could simply be called a round of tap and breathe. If you did nothing else, but in that time when you had your 25 minutes break, if you simply started here.
Yeah, no words, just tap.
If you simply did that and nothing else, because the active ingredient in the tapping is actually the tapping in emotional freedom techniques, also known as tapping. So the active ingredient is the tapping itself. But I am under the nose, crease of the chin. Remember to breathe. When we get stressed, we often don't breathe, and that's a sign to the body and your whole system that you're in danger the minute you stop breathing. Tummy goes offline. That's it. And if we got time now, and I'll just show you a round of tapping with the words.
Okay, yep, let's do that. And then
We've got that. We've got a little bit of time.
Nearly done.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's think of something that happens regularly around Christmas. Can you think of one thing that's just a petty annoyance, Angie?
Yes. Yes. I think, well, I know for me, it's things like, you know, oh my God, I've got this massive to-do list. How on earth am I ever going to find the time to get this all done?
Yep. That's a beautiful one. So, well, it's not really beautiful, but it's, let's get the charge down on that. So when you think of your endless to-do list, how are you ever going to get it done? Where are you going to get the time? Where do you feel that in your body?
Oh, in my stomach.
You feel it in your stomach? Yeah. So from 0 to 10, how stressful is this endless to-do list? 10 being off the planet, can't even talk about it. Or sometimes you can show me with your hands. How about 10 really, really high, can't even talk about it?
Maybe 7, 8, like it can be quite.
No, but right now, after a few rounds of tapping. Just right now in your body. Now, always right here, right now.
Okay, maybe, I don't know, 5, 4.
Yeah, I've done that deliberately because normally it would be that stress. We've done a few rounds of tapping. So already the stress levels come down.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So for good results, just look at the current presenting issue. And we start on the hand. And you just repeat after me. Okay. Even though I'm really stressed. I've got this endless to-do list. I don't know how I'm going to get it done. And I'm feeling this stress in my tummy. I accept myself and how I feel. Yeah. Even though I'm really stressed. Feeling it in my tummy. Endless to-do list. Not enough time. I accept myself and how I feel. Even though I've got an endless to-do list. And I'm pretty stressed. About Christmas. Mm-hmm. I accept myself and how I feel. Beautiful. Now, beginning of the eyebrow, and everyone just repeat, all this stress. Side of the eye, endless to-do list. Under the eye, I don't know how I'm going to get it done. Under your nose. It's the same every year. Every year I say I'll be better prepared. Is that right?
Yeah, probably.
And then I've never got enough time. I don't know how I'm going to do it. All the stress around Christmas. Sometimes it's too much for me. And I'm feeling it in my tummy. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Okay. 3 breaths. That's it. And then breathing out. How's it going over there?
Yeah, good. I could go to sleep now. No, yes, good. No, much more relaxed.
I was watching you and I could just see your shoulders drop, your breathing become regulated. And that's what happens. We just feel softer and more relaxed.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you were to know or to guess when you think about the endless to-do list, just now dropping into your body, noticing what you notice. It was about a 4 before, 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's not now.
What would you say? What would it
I
be?
don't know, two maybe, still there, like, you know.
What's still there? Yeah, 2's fine. That's a beautiful change, because remember you said it's probably an 8 or a 9, because that's what it is. But then we did the tap and breathe, and then it's gone to 4, and now it's gone to 2. Now you feel like you want to go to sleep. That is a beautiful sign that the tapping has worked.
Yeah.
Yawning or want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But if you're a 2, you can still tap it down to a 0 or a 1.
Yes.
For this present moment.
Yeah.
And then that's going to send a new message to your subconscious mind and your body. And having a drink of water, spot on. Another way to send the message of calm to your body.
Yeah. It helps you clear the energy too, doesn't it? Like, it helps.
Yes, the tapping, the breath and the water. Clear, stuck energy, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Sue-Ann, thank you so much, like, for coming on. It's been amazing. So thank you for anybody who's been watching. There've been people popping in and out. So yeah, do leave any comments below if you're watching the replay. And like I was saying, Sue-Ann will pop in. We'll put a link to Sue-Ann's Facebook page or website. What would you prefer? Or both?
Facebook page is fine. Yes, probably Facebook page. And just a word to those who are listening. I always, for yourself, when you're applying EFT to begin with, just the daily petty annoyances. A lot of us have big stories and big things that have happened. It's always better to get in contact with a certified practitioner for the big issues, and not to venture there alone. It's really important that you're safe and that you're connected with someone who has been trained to support you for those big old life situations that cause massive disruption and stress.
That's great advice. That's true too.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Start off with the little things.
Start off with the little things and start with there, and that will have an impact on the big things psychologically. But just stick with the day-to-day little things, the presenting issues right here, right now.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Angie.
And thank you so much for coming on. So yeah, it's been amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And we both love what we do, and blessings to all those that you've been working with all year and with your fantastic programs. And we all look forward to what magnificent ways Angie's going to find to support us in our businesses in 2021.
Thank you, Sue-Ann. Thank you so much for coming on. And yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Have an amazing and abundant day, and I look forward to catching up with you again really soon. So bye.